Hello and welcome to another Hill and Ponton video blog. I'm Matthew Hill here with Carol Ponton. Today we'd like to talk to you about what the examiners for the C&P exams use to rate your claim and to determine if it's service connected. What they look for is basically it's a boilerplate form that is used. But let me back up. C&P examiners are the doctors, the nurse practitioners, the people that the VA send you to determine, one, is your condition related to service? And two, what is the proper rating and what should it be? They are given these questionnaires, disability benefit questionnaires. They call them DBQs, and they use those. They just go right through each question to determine what's going on with your case, what's the diagnosis, what are the problems it causes, and if it's related to service. And today we wanted to talk to you about back exams and what they're looking for versus what you might be coming in to discuss.
Right. So there's a form that's called back conditions, and it's a DBQ, Disability Benefits Questionnaire, DBQ. And like Matt said, these doctors are given these forms and told to fill in the blanks. So it's important that you know what's on this form so that you bring that to their attention.
Right.
For instance, we've talked about backs. The highest rating you can get for a back is 40% unless your back is ankylosed. That means it doesn't move at all. So where you get the rest of the ratings is from the things they note on this form.
And the things that the back causes, that's
right.
Not the back itself.
So in order to really file your claim and pursue your claim for back, you need to make sure that they know every problem you have, like radiculopathy. Radiculopathy is when the back problem pinches a nerve and it causes pain or numbness to go down your legs, your feet. So you feel burning or tingling, the legs hurt all the time, you don't walk as well, maybe you stumble. So those are things you need to point out. So on the form, it will have, first of all, it has you bending over how far you can bend with pain. If you have pain, you need to let them know that. And then it talks about this radiculopathy down one or both legs and how it affects you. Mm-hmm. But on the form, there are other things on here that they refer to, but they don't really tell you about. And one of those, for instance, is many people who have back problems have urinary tract problems because the back causes this. It makes them go to the bathroom all the time, up all night, throughout the day. There's a significant rating that you can get. I'm talking 60%, some of these ratings, because of this. And I found
veterans the urinary problem, in
problem,
addition to the 40% for the back,
exactly.
If possible.
So the veterans are really hesitant to talk about, I have to go to the bathroom all the time. I don't want to leave the house because I'll have an accident. But this is part of your claim. And by not telling the VA, by not asking for this, you're losing a huge part of your claim. I have veterans who are really housebound, which is another thing you can file for. They can't leave the house or they'll have an accident. They need to be by the bathroom all the time. So that's one of the things that you need to look for and to raise with your back problem. Another is depression. When people have back problems that make them stay in bed, can't go to their son's Little League game, can't go to social, can't sit through a movie, can't do anything fun, they become depressed. And the VA needs to know that because that is also related. It's called a secondary service connection problem. So when you look through these forms, you're going to see different things that you should bring up. And I encourage you to download the form, look at it, and make sure that you bring to the examiner's attention all of this, and not just your examiner. When you go in, this is very important. When you go in, especially if you're treated at the VA, and you talk about your back, but you don't mention the urinary problem.
Or the depression.
Then when you file it for a claim, they'll think you don't have it. So you need to start with your treating doctor to let them know all of these problems that your back is causing you.
Right. And as Carol said, information is power here. And so we will put in the notes the hyperlink to all these disability questionnaires. And it's important for you to spend the time going over these before you actually go to your appointment to see the doctor so that you know what they're doing. I mean, they're going to spend a lot of time doing stuff that's not necessarily relevant as far as what's the exact diagnosis, what are the forms they're using, what have they reviewed military-wise. But you need to look at what their ratings are, what they're actually going to do as far as the section on the ratings and what secondary disabilities can be rated on there.
Yeah, and the other thing is a lot of times they will send you a form to fill out. And one of the big mistakes is that veterans don't fill it out. And so when this examiner writes up their exam, they put no problem, no problem, no problem. Many of you have told me your exams last 5 minutes. That's where the examiner is getting their information from, this form that you have or have not completed. So when you look at this form here, and they send you a form to complete, make sure you're letting them know all the problems that you have because of the back condition or whatever you're going there for.
Well, I think it's, you don't have to diagnose yourself. If you have depression and you think it's because of something else, or, your feet are killing you, you're having to go to the bathroom all the time. The important thing is you're just letting the doctor know. Just say, hey, look, I also have these problems. And the doctor should at least write those down, if not say, wow, we need to get up another disability questionnaire on that issue, or you probably need to see another doctor on that.
All right.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you on the space again soon.